سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولي الصالحين، وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليك سيدي يا رسول الله. ثم أما بعد, all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I bear witness that there is no one deserve our worship, our submission, our sincerity except Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our gathering. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. First of all, welcome everyone to attend to this event at the Islamic Center of Richey. I want to just extend my thanking to welcome each and every one of you. And on behalf of the board member of the Islamic Center of Richey, we appreciate your coming, your showing up, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless that meeting, Allahumma ameen, and to give us all the benefits from that gathering, Allahumma ameen. And before I introduce the next speaker, I just wanted to make and start our meeting with the remembrance of Allah and to make a dua for each and every one. So if you are still busy with your appetizer, give it just a minute to make a dua, inshallah. Are you ready for the dua? Yes, sure. Inshallah. اللهم لك الحمد يا ربنا كما تحب وكما ترضى. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين، وصل عليه يا ربنا في الآخرين، وصل عليه يا ربنا في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم استعملنا ولا تستبدلنا، اللهم استعملنا لنصرة دينك واستخرج منا ما يرضيك. اللهم وفقنا لعمل صالح يرضيك، وارزقنا الإخلاص والقبول يا رب العالمين ويا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم تقبل أعمالنا، اللهم تقبل صدقاتنا، اللهم يا ربنا أنر قلوبنا واشرح صدورنا ويسر أمورنا. اللهم اكتب لنا التوفيق، اللهم اكتب لنا التوفيق، إنك على كل شيء قدير. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا. And now I want to take the honor and the pleasure to introduce a man that he is well known to all of you. A man that, alhamdulillah, our community is so blessed to have him. And he is the head of this community in Richey. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce Dr. Rahim, the president of the Islamic Center of Richey. Takbir! Takbir!
Assalamu alaikum. What a football day today. Once again. Well, I also want to echo Imam's sentiments of welcoming you. On behalf of Islamic Center Newport Richey, thank you all for coming. We appreciate your attendance here. I also want to thank a few more people, Dr. Zaki, who is the inspiration of this project, Thank you. They also, Shahina and Kate, who have been helping to arrange this, and of course Faisal and Ruby Alam, who has arranged most of the food and everything. So I appreciate it. Please. I don't know, I just want to get an idea. How many of you know Dr. Adil Al-Asir? Any hands? Yes, I see a couple of them. Around 1984, we did not have any masjid in this area. And the only small masjid we had was in Slide, which was actually a church, not even converted. We used to take our children up there for Sunday school, and that's the best we could do. And one day, Dr. Asir asked me, why don't we have an Islamic school, a university, or a college in this country? And I was quite dumbfounded. I did not know how to answer his question. The community was small, we didn't have any means. But mashallah, his dream is starting to come true. We do have some schools, we still do not have college and university. It may not be in my lifetime, but inshallah we will have that too. This is my wish. Then, we were thinking about, and it so happened the coronavirus caused all kinds of problems, but it also created some opportunities. And one of the opportunities was the Zoom lectures. All teaching started to be on the internet and via Zoom. Our Imam was instrumental in starting Zoom lectures on every Tuesday. And that gave me some idea as to why our remote facilities, we cannot have facilities which the cities have like Tampa or Dallas or big Islamic schools, but we do have an option to create an internet-based schools where we can give opportunities to our children to get similar education or some education of similar nature. And that's what started this thought process that we can create an educational institution, even though we may be physically distant, but the internet can help us out. And this is what we started this year. So we were starting to the Zoom, and we appreciate Imam Ahmad and of course Imam Bilal, their appreciation of starting the Zoom lectures on every Tuesday. Hopefully you're attending some of those. And that started that we can also create a school of similar nature. However, we do need a structure to be able to teach our kids. The kids are not really getting all the information in the public schools which should be given to them. So we are hoping that we can supplement or maybe even replace through our own education system in here, and we will create a regular classrooms. In here, it's a small project at this point, but inshallah it will go into a regular curriculum. It will be next to the masjid, where the current slab is. That's where the school will be, and it will have a separate facility for the girls and the boys, for the bathrooms, and inshallah we'll create an internet and video and internet teaching for that. We hope that it will also be available for adults. It's not only children, but right now our major responsibility is to the next generation how to give them some Islamic education. So that's part of our commitment. And in the commitment, obviously, it will require a structure, it will require money. And so this is what we are trying to do today, is to have, this is the type of structure to look like. It's next to the masjid here, and this will be the room separate for girls and boys, and we will create internet and videos available for them, and we will affiliate our school with either schools in Tampa or maybe somewhere else. So there are some other schools in California and Texas which we can connect our school to, so we can get the curriculum through that schools. But that process is still in working. Our Imam Ahmad and some other people who are interested in education of children will be able to help us to figure this out. But this will be our current plan. it will cost us about 700,000. So this is what we are trying to figure that we have some commitments of about 225,000 already. So the remainder, about 480,000, I'm counting on you all to do that. I personally have a wish list. I've shown to some people that if I can fulfill that wish list, it will serve our purpose, but it's all up to you. Jazakallah khair.
Clear. It's something great, alhamdulillah, that you find yourself amongst your family members here in the community. As I consider myself, like we are here gathering as one family. And Dr. Rahim mentioned about the history of building this masjid. But you know what? Sometimes you think it's a hard task to build something or to achieve something. But the dreams that you are dreaming and you are having in your mind with good intention, Allah will facilitate everything. Allah is the one who will make everything impossible possible. And this is Allah. Just we need to place our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course we have a lot to talk today, and you might find me going between the tables, so do not get scared, okay? Okay. And one of the things also that I wanted to share with you, we need in this community, we are in a bad need to have and to revive our youth community. We need to do lots of activities. Our youth community, we need to get them back to the involvement. Our children and the playground for the children. We have lots of things to do, inshallah, in the future. I just wanted now to take the honor, the praise, and the pleasure to introduce the leader of the youth group at the Islamic Center of Richey, Dr. Muhammad K. Takbir.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everyone for coming tonight, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I won't take too long. I just wanted to share my story with you because I think inshallah that will resonate with some of you. Just like Dr. Rahim was saying, in this community there was a time when there was no money. And I was one of the kids here that kind of grew up in that time. So throughout my schooling, elementary, middle, high school, in this area we didn't have a masjid. So, I want you to kind of imagine that time, because sometimes, we get so far removed from it, knowing what we have here. It's hard to imagine that, our children are not going to have a community like this. But there was a time like that. And when you have that, you see, I was fortunate enough that I was kind of in a family that, promoted the practice of faith. But, that's outside of family, I didn't really feel like I had a Muslim community, right? So, people here, growing up, it's not that it was a bad experience or anything. Most people growing up in schools and whatnot, they are very welcoming of people who are different colored skin, different ethnicities, different nationalities, even different religions. So it's not that, but also I never really quite felt like I belonged in any particular community outside the family, right? So that's kind of one thing, you don't really have someone to share your faith with, all the questions that you have growing up, how do you reconcile Islam with what we see in the West, and all these kind of things. Didn't really have an outlet for that. So I left here for my training, for my education and my training. I went to Miami, I went to Dallas, Texas, I went to Birmingham, Alabama, and I was out of this community for about 12 years. So in those communities, I met people who were devout Muslims, who were my peers, who had strong communities kind of growing up, strong Muslim communities. So I saw these very successful people with their hearts tied to their faith and to the practice of religion. And also, you know, it was really the first time that I saw that, hey, you know what? There is such a thing as an Islamic community in this country. There is such a thing as, you know, you can be very successful, you know, in both aspiring to things in this dunya and excelling in expanding their deen. And I saw these people that were making that happen. You know, these were MDs, PhDs, you know, whoever, were taking time from their busy days to make it to prayer, whether it was in the masjid or even in the, you know, praying area in the hospitals or whatnot. And, you know, and then, you know, even give khutbahs for Friday. If they could make it to the masjid, they would have a Friday prayer in the hospital and things like this. I had never really seen that before growing up, right? So that was kind of an eye-opening experience and an enriching experience. Then coming back here, remember I was out, you know, 12 years. Coming back here, what I saw when I come back is that we also had a community at this point. We had, you know, by the grace of Allah, you know, we had this masjid. We had a community. We had, during Ramadan, we had, you know, every night people gathering. We had people sharing food, stories. We had people sharing the ups and downs of life and getting comfort, not from religion, getting comfort from, you know, the faith, getting comfort from their fellow Muslims. And that is something that I don't take for granted, right? I can't take that for granted because I went through a process of not having that and then having that. Fortunately, alhamdulillah, we're here. I see what this masjid has done for so many. I see the light of it shining in so many eyes. And, you know, this is a big thing. And this is, alhamdulillah, we're very blessed. We're blessed to have our imam. We're blessed to have the imams in this community who are our guides in growing our faith, in, you know, enriching our lives with what we have here. So I just wanted to kind of convey that as kind of the story that I went through, and I wanted to kind of just leave you guys with some questions, right? So the questions that I want to leave you with is, what role does Islam play in your life, right? Are you interested in expanding that role? Are you interested in taking part in building a community, in building a future where the next generation can be guided in the right direction along the divine path? How has this masjid helped with doing that? And how can it do that in the future? One thing that the Imam mentioned that I was blessed to see, besides just the community, was the youth group. You know, I was very, you know, happy to see that, you know, these relatively small group of kids, but at least they had a forum to express their ideas, their relationship with faith, ask the questions in an open environment, and get the answers. You know, all of that is, you know, I really value that and cherish that, and inshallah, I hope that we can come together and move forward and build something bigger and better. So, inshallah, I hope that you will, you know, find it in your heart to help pave that way for the future for our community, and I don't think that there's really a price on that. So, Jazakallah khair, thank you for letting me talk, and I also wanted to mention I forget the name of the caterer, but I think they gave us a lot of food, more than we had asked for, so I appreciate that also. Thank you so much.
Takbir. Jazakallah khairan, barakallahu feekum. And just wanted to tell you something before we start. Here's the deal. I think 2 minutes away we will start by having the adhan of Isha, and we will not leave, inshallah. We will continue, and then we will go to pray Jama'ah, all of us, right after we finish, inshallah. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had brought you tonight for a reason. Do you believe in that?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So Allah had brought you tonight for a reason. But who knows the reason? Allah. but you have some goodness in your heart. That's why Allah brought you here. And not only this, do you know that gathering, it will have the angels of Allah? Why? Because we gathered for a great cause. Masjid Expansion and Islamic school for our kids. And then these classes will be opened for the Eid Salah, for the events, for when we have high number of people who are praying. We could use it for a prayer room for the sisters. That means people will pray, people will recite Quran, Ramadan and the Taraweeh will be at that place. You might have a child who will make sujood for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that place. Let me give the brother the microphone for the adhan of Isha. Then I will tell you the story about the man and his garden, and he heard an angel talking from the sky. Can you imagine this? Someone heard an angel talking from a cloud in the sky. Let me tell you that after Isha and then inshallah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I want you all to repeat after me. Bismillah.
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 Tawakkaltu ala Allah. You know what that means? In the name of Allah, I placed my trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I just wanted to start by asking you, did you buy your ticket to Jannah yet? Did you buy your ticket to Jannah? do you think that you did something great you deserve tonight to get your ticket to Jannah? Can I make it tonight? Yes. Can I get the forgiveness of Allah? Yes. Can I get the pleasure and Jannah tonight, inshallah? Yes. Imam, what are you talking about? What's your evidence? My evidence is from the Quran, where Allah is saying, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ. Hasten to the forgiveness of your Lord and to the paradise. A Jannah was prepared for the righteous. And those people who are worshipping Allah and have taqwa, then Allah started to give us the criteria. Then Allah started to give us the characteristics for those people that Allah had prepared the forgiveness and Jannah. Allah first said, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ. Those who are spending for the sake of Allah in the good time and in the bad time. When they have money and when they do not have. When they have little and when they have too much. Do you remember the story that I told you about before the Adhan? Yes. The story, if you want to find the reference, it's mentioned in the authentic Sahih Hadith of Muslim, when he said, a man one day was looking at the sky, and all of a sudden he found the clouds. And he heard a voice coming from the cloud that somebody is ordering the clouds to go somewhere and to shower the rain on the garden of so and so, and mention the name. So what the man did, he followed the cloud. He followed that cloud. And in a certain place, he found the rain coming down, pouring on that garden. Then he went to the garden. And he said, he found a man. He told him, what's your name? He said, my name is so and so. And he found the exact name like the angel had said. And he said, you know what? I heard an angel giving the order to the clouds to shower the rain on your garden. What are you doing? He said, if that's the case, let me tell you the secret. My secret is, when I get the harvest, when I get the crops, I divide it into 3/3. The first third is for my family. The second third, put it back on the garden, investment. And the third, I give it for the sake of Allah. Takbir. You might be in your place. You might be in your bedroom. But there is Allah, who is the provider, is planning everything to give you rizq. Let me ask you another question. Do you trust yourself in earning, or do you trust Allah in providing? Nowadays, we have some people, unfortunately, they trust themselves more than they trust Allah. Allah is the provider. Allah is the Razzaq. And one more thing I wanted to share with you. Yes, you came for a great cause. And you know what? Allah tonight, and do not understand me wrong, because I have the evidence from the Quran. You know, each and every one of you, Allah tonight wants a loan from you. Imam, Allah needs a loan from us? Yes. What's my evidence? My evidence is the Quranic verse. When Allah is saying, مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي to Allah, and Allah will multiply the reward for him. You know what? The Sahaba, one of the Sahaba, his name is Abu al-Dahdah. Remember this name. Okay, brother? Brother Muhammad, remember this name. Brother Kamal. Okay? Where's Brother Muhammad Ali? Brother Izzuddin. Okay? Brother Rashad. Brother Malik. Remember this name. Sister Ruby. Abu al-Dahdah. This companion, once he heard this verse, he stood up. He said, Ya Rasulullah, what do you mean that Allah needs a loan from us? Allah needs nothing. He said, this is what Allah said in the Quran about the sadaqah. The sadaqah, it will be as if you give a loan to Allah. He said, Ya Rasulullah, Allah is my witness that I have 2 gardens. And the biggest one, which has 600 palm trees. He's a billionaire, right? He's not only a millionaire. He's a billionaire. He said, O Messenger of Allah, you are my witness that the whole garden for the sake of Allah. Takbir. You know what? He had the intention, and then he followed this by action. And he did it for the sake of Allah. Where is the sisters here to listen what the wife, his wife said? The wife of Abu Dahdah. What did she say? He came immediately back to the garden. And he told his wife, Ya Dahdah. He called her. She came out. He said to her, Ukhruji. Leave the garden. Leave it. Al-Bustanu Lillah. I give the garden for the sake of Allah. What do you think that the wife will say? Your wife next to you, you agreed that you will give so and so tonight for Islamic Center of Richey. What about if you give extra? Your wife will say, why you give? Didn't we agree that you will give so and so? But listen to the wife of Abu Dahdah. She said, رَبِحَ الْبَيْعُ أَبَا دَحْدَاحِ. What a great decision that you have made. What a great decision that you have made. Allah Akbar. Tonight is the night that you show Allah the best of you. You are not donating only for a construction. You are donating for the sake of Allah. You are not only donating for yourself, but you are donating for the protection of your children. You are donating for the safety of your family. Do you know that? Let me tell you the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If you have a family member who is sick, you can give him cure and healing tonight. Don't you know that? Let me tell you the hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Da'u mardakum bis-sadaqah. Seek cure and healing to those who are sick by giving sadaqah. Tonight, you can give sadaqah. And wait, hold on. Do not say, you know what, I'm not that rich to give money like those people who are rich. I just can give $5. Let me give you a secret. Do not belittle your sadaqah. Do not underestimate the power of your sadaqah. Every penny matters. Every dollar matters. Every sadaqah. Because it's not all about the amount. It's all about the sincerity. It's all about to show Allah the goodness in your heart. And let me ask you that question. And by the way, Brother Abdul Basit might answer this question. Who gave you what you have right now? Is that Allah that you say? Yes. Who gave you what you have tonight? Allah. Who gave you your house? Allah. You came to the life the first day that you came to the dunya naked, empty-handed. No contract had your name. Nothing had your name yet, except the birth certificate. But now, what do you have? And you know what? Some of us, and forgive me to say that, but some of us might relate everything to their selves, to their skills, to their minds, and they did not relate it for Allah. I think Dr. Rahim memorizes the verse that I'm about to say. When the angels, Allah asked them about to give the names, to answer the names that He told to Adam. They said, Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. There is no knowledge that we have except what you have taught us. So the angels related everything to Allah. Sayyidina Musa, when he had the power, the muscles, he said, Rabbi, inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. Oh Allah, whatever you give me, I'm still poor to you. He related everything he had to Allah. Can you do that tonight? So your money, is it your money? Or the money is for Allah? The property for Allah, and the car for Allah, the family that I have established, it is only by Allah. Everything comes from Allah. And let me tell you something. You know, and do not get me wrong, how many sins that you have committed throughout your life? Can you give me a number? How many? How many sins that you have committed since you was young? A lot of sins. Minor sins, major sins. How many salah that you have missed when you was young? You know what? Tonight can be your opportunity for all your sins to be forgiven. And not only this, it's your opportunity to be protected from Jahannam. What's my evidence? Is the hadith of Rasulullah. In the authentic hadith, in Sahih al-Bukhari, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ittaqun nara walau bishiqqi tamra. Avoid the hellfire even with half of a date. Half of a date with sincerity, it can protect you from Jahannam. My brothers and sisters, I want you, if you have the intention to donate, to give the charity, I see, mashallah, the numbers are going so high. I hope Dr. Rahim will go home tonight happy with his wishing list that it's get fulfilled, inshallah. You know what? I came from Egypt Friday night, but all my family there, they know about the event tonight. My mom made the dua for me before I go to the airport. She made a dua that may Allah fulfill the goal that I came for. I made it early so I can catch up with this event, to be with you, to celebrate our solidarity, our unity as ummah. And let me give you the good news. You see the children in the back? They are the apple of our eyes. Maybe after many years, when I die, I will find my grandchildren. They will be here in the Islamic school reciting Quran. Maybe you missed the opportunity to memorize Quran, but you can sponsor a child who can memorize Quran, and you will get the same reward. Wallahi, I swear by Allah, every salah, can you imagine? The brothers here know this. We have lectures every night. We have salah. Every salah will be taking place in that masjid. You will get the reward. Every Quran will be recited. Every child, every dua, every ruku', every sujood, you will get something. And I will not mention the names because some of you still believe in the bad omen. But I do not believe in the bad omen. I believe in the destiny of Allah. But let's say that if somebody passed away and he donated tonight, he will be in his grave and he will find rivers of hasanat, good deeds will be in his record daily because of what he donated for the sake of Allah. Yes, you have your plan for your family that you are going to give that portion and save that portion. But can you tell me which one has the benefit? What you spend for the sake of Allah or what you kept for your family? Which one will have the most benefit? What you give for the sake of Allah? My evidence is the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyidah Aisha, may Allah make our sisters like Sayyidah Aisha. Say Ameen. We need tonight to have the spirit of Sayyidah Aisha. Sayyidah Aisha, whatever she gets in terms of money, she used to give it all. When I say all, it means all for the sake of Allah. She used to give everything for the sake of Allah. And one night, Rasulullah, somebody gave him a sheep to eat. He prepared everything. And you know what? They donated everything in the sheep except the shoulder. She kept it for Rasulullah because Rasulullah used to like the shoulder, to eat from the shoulder. So when he came back, he asked her, what remained? What remained from the sheep? She said, all the sheep has gone, except the shoulder remained. He said, that's a wrong statement. All the sheep had remained, except the shoulder. What does it mean? Whatever you give tonight, this is what will remain exactly. When you go to the day of judgment and you will meet with Allah, you will remember this night. And you will say, I hope that I gave more than what I gave. I hope instead of giving $5,000, I hope if I give 10. I hope if I give all what I have this night. You know why? Because your father, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, our ancestors, you know what? What's the first thing that they will say after the angels will take the soul? And after they see the place of Jannah and the place of the hellfire, they will ask Allah, oh Allah, let me go back so I give sadaqah. Because they saw the virtue of the sadaqah. If you give, you can give more. Do not belittle your sadaqah. Do you have the intention to give tonight? Write the pledge or write the check with the name of Islamic Center of Newport Richey, or you can put ICNPR on the check. Still, we have more. Did you deposit everything?
Not yet.
Not yet. Bismillah.
We're halfway there. We're almost there. Halfway there.
Ya Rab. Takbir. You will make dua for those who donated. But I wanted just to remind you. Did you remember your dad and mom? Did you give sadaqah on behalf of your dad? Okay. Who is here is married? Let me put you in trouble. Who's here is married from the brothers? Just raise your hand. If you have your wife here. Okay, if you have your wife here, raise your hand. Okay, I have my wife, okay? I will be in trouble too. Okay, do you love your wife? Okay, do you love your wife? MashaAllah. If you wanna prove that you love your wife, donate something only on her name. I will do that, okay? By the way. Okay, here is my wife. I will donate something on behalf of her name, and here is sadaqah. I will deposit it on the bank account of the hereafter on her name, inshallah. Takbir.
Don't put $5.
Not $5.
10,000. 10 million.
So that's the first one. Who will follow me? Who will follow me? Huh? Who will follow me to give a sadaqah on behalf of his wife? Yes, brother, come on. Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. He's proving the love. Love is not only words, it's actions. Huh? Brother Izzuddin, mashallah. He is proving that he loves his wife. Who else? Who will follow him? Okay. Lots of people tonight will come to the Imam to complain. Imam, you have a divorce form. Don't worry, I don't have. Okay, only marriage form. Okay. And we have lots of space in the masjid, so you can stay the night with me. Don't worry. We will pray, we will recite Quran the entire night. If she kicked you out of the house, don't worry. You have a space. Okay. Okay. Now, the sisters in the back. How many of you had lost her mom or dad or both? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. How many of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Are you ready tonight? Even if you do not have the check, give the pledge. Give the commandment. Do not give the money tonight. Give the money next month. It doesn't matter. You do not need to give money now. Just give us commitment. Who is ready to give on behalf of her dad or mom tonight? 1. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Where is number 2? Number 2. Just raise your hand. Number 2. Bismillah. Allah will send somebody to be number 2. to give a commitment. Number two, Allahu Akbar, Takbir. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So we have Imam Abbas came all the way from Tampa to participate and put his contribution. MashaAllah. Number three, Brother Mutia. Allahu Akbar, Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Who else? We need number four. We need number four. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah, sister in the back. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless your parents if they are alive, or shower them with His mercy if they passed away. Where is number five? Number five. We counted 10. You know what? I see somebody who's drinking water, but he is afraid that Imam will count him. No, don't worry. You can drink. Okay. Someone, will answer the phone and raise his hand. Okay. MashaAllah. Number five or number three? We need number five. Sisters in the back. Okay, let me tell you something, by the way. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. May Allah reward you. We want to make dua for the sisters. I don't know if you all donated or not, but sometimes, in some cases, we need to announce the donation so we can encourage each other. Okay. Some of the sisters here. Okay, let me explain from a Quranic perspective. Allah said, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ. So those who are spending. Then Allah said, سِرًّا وَعَلَانِيَةً. Secretly and publicly. Sometimes you need to donate secretly and hide the number. And sometimes you need to declare the number. Why declare? Why Allah said they donate publicly? Allahu Akbar. Takbir. MashaAllah. Brother Isam, may Allah bless him. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. What a beautiful community that we have. Sometimes you need to declare so you can encourage others. You need to show that. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Let me give you that. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, one night, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, who is going to give sadaqah? What Sayyidina Abu Bakr did? He collected all his money and he put it in his jalabiyya, in his abaya, in his jilbab, whatever you call it. And he gave all his money to Rasulullah in front of everyone, publicly. And the Sahaba transmitted that to us. So we knew that. As we need to have the spirit of Sayyidah Khadija and the spirit of Sayyidah Aisha, we need to have the spirit of Abu Bakr and Uthman and Ali. Who can tonight give and get the spirit of Abu Bakr? Get the spirit of Umar ibn Khattab. I encourage you, again, you do not need to give lots of thousands, even a little bit. It would matter. On behalf of your wife, on behalf of your mom, on behalf of your dad. Sisters, we want to make dua to the sisters, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah shower all of you with His mercy. Say Ameen. You see the numbers? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. What a beautiful amount that we have reached to. Are you ready tonight to give more for the sake of Allah? Let me tell you the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Man bana lillahi baytan. Whoever built a house for the sake of Allah, Allah will build a house for him in Jannah. Again, did you buy your ticket to Jannah? Did you get your house in Jannah? Your palace in Jannah? great point. That's a great point. Okay. You see? Did you finish everything? Okay. Yes. Okay, here's the deal. We will lock the doors and no one will be out. And we will not get the dinner till we get it at least 500 tonight. Okay? Okay. Brother Faisal, lock the doors. Okay, Bismillah. You see that? It's a dream. Like the masjid was a dream. Brother Ismail, may Allah bless him. And I want to thank Brother Ismail for all the tremendous work that he did for our community for many years. May Allah bless him. Once we started talking about the Masjid expansion, he made that resemble to make it in front of our eyes. Now we see it. But inshallah, shortly we will see the building and we will find our kids are memorizing Quran. They will repeat after the Imam and they will recite قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. They will recite إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرِ. You will be in your house, in your work, in your hospital, and you have children at that place where recite Quran. Do you know what does it mean? Do you know? Do you feel the blessings that you will get? The barakah that you will get in your family? Wallahi, one of the verses that I was reciting before I come to the masjid tonight, Allah said, الشيطان يعدكم الفقر. The shaitan, the Satan, promises you, makes you hesitate that you will be poor. And what Allah promises you? Allah is promising the forgiveness, the blessings. If you lost your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, tonight you can send a gift. Tonight you can tell them, I am sending a gift for you. And wallahi, just to make it easy, when you get on behalf of your mom, on behalf of your dad, they will find that all of a sudden, tonight, all of a sudden, they move from a place to another. Allah saved them from a place to another, or they got a higher rank in Jannah. All of a sudden, they will ask Allah, oh Allah, how did I get this rank? Allah will tell them, that's because of the donation of your son or your sister, so and so. And Allah will mention your name. Your donation will go to their grave. It will enlighten the grave and it will raise their status in Jannah, inshallah. Are you willing to make your mom and dad happy tonight? Give them something. How many times you put food on the table and you said to yourself, I hope if my mom is here to feed her. I hope my dad is here to see the house that I bought. I hope my dad is here to see my car. I hope my dad is here to see the ni'mah that Allah had given to me. Tonight, you can show your dad, your mom, the ni'mah that Allah had blessed you with. Yes, I will.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونتوب إليه ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. All praises and thanks due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made me among those who are witnessing this august occasion. In the first place, please, someone give our Sheikh water to drink. That's why I'm looking left and right whether if I can get water for him. So I'm sorry also for interfering. I'm here to learn, to see what is going on, so that I can tell the people in Brandon Masjid what I saw here in the Islamic Center. I'm taking the report. You are writing a good book. If you write a good book, I will tell the Brandon Masjid people that you wrote a good book. If you didn't write it, I will tell them. So, I'm also here to witness what is going on with Qiyamah. That when the relation is asked for building the masjid, you help a lot. I want every believer, every woman to raise his hand up. I want the believer to raise their hand up. Every believer, if you are a believer, raise your hand up. Let me tell you, Allah said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون. He said, oh, you who believe, spend from what we provided for you. And it is here to spend. Let Allah see you walking majestically to come and donate here. Because you don't never see feel shy to walk in the music store to buy the CDs. You are not feeling shy to go to the music store to tell them, give me, say it loud, I'm black and proud. James Brown. You want Jimmy Kelly? Some of us, we walk into the studio to say, give me Lola Bit. Some of us walk in the studio saying, give me Lata Manchester. Asham Bushle, Muhammad Rafi, हम किसी से कम नहीं. Yes. Walk majestically to wave all these things. Donate in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are in the house. Your wife will say, babe. You will say, babe. Baby. You made us confused. The young ones are the baby, or you the old ones are the babies. Now show her that she are her real baby to you. Walk majestically and donate you and your wife, so that you be in Jannah together. And ha antum haulai تدعون تنفقوا في سبيل الله. And before somebody comes, this is mine and my wife.
Thank you.
I want to see men to walk here, you and your wife. I didn't say, give a grandmother during 1960s, 70s. She told me, Abbas, where we don't have it is where we get it. I said, how, Grandma? She said, if you want 1,000 and there's no 1,000, then bring one CD, $1, $2, $3. Before you realize you have the 1,000 and more. So the beautiful money just in your pocket, $1, $5, bring it out. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. So the little that you have, please, today, I cannot go back to tell the Brandon people because they gave me the permission to come. Somebody take care of Salat al-Maghrib and Isha to come here to witness. What do you want me to do and tell them? So please, donate in the cause of Allah. The little money that you have, the saints, the dam, and then the quarter, and the knuckles, all we want them here. Don't take them home. If you put them under a pillow, then maybe you'll be sent to the funeral home while the money is waiting. Let me tell you about your money. And that in the community before us, in the Bani Israel Ummah, there is a wealthy person. He one day started counting, telling the people how he made the money. And they had a bang on the door, as if the house is going to be what? Disrupted. And he said, go and see, who is that stupid? They came out and found somebody in the tattered clothes. Say, hey, who are you? He said, call me your master. Say, Ayakhlu Sayyiduna ila Muslim. Is our master coming out from a person to come to a person like you? Then they shut the door. He knocked the door again. And then this man came into the house. And he said, I am the angel of death. I'm come to take you. I'm here to take you now. And then he said that this man sat down crying. He said, cry as much as you want, as long as you want. After you're done, I take your life. And the man get up and said, you this money, you stopped me from worshiping. And the man said, keep quiet. Quiet. Anta al-mu'minin. You are better to be blamed than me. Why you using me in the wrongful way, I didn't deny. Why if you use me in the rightful place, so as I will not refuse. You have some money in your pocket. Either that money will lead you to hellfire or lead you to Jannah. Yawm al-Qiyamah, somebody will be brought. Somebody will be brought. And then he stand before Allah. Some creature will come and say, Allah, this man, there is a day, 12/18/2022, when they are asking the nation to build a Masjid Madrasa, where they prepare their children to know Allah. If your children knows Allah, they will know your right. Wallahi, if you didn't teach your children Allah, they will not know your right. They will only know 911. Because when you send them to the madrasa, the teacher will teach them Allah ta'budu. Here they will know that this is the license of owning them. Allah gave the parents the license to own their children. But if you didn't send them to madrasa, they will not know the license. And then also, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. They know that they worship Allah, and then the license of ownership is here. If you didn't send them to the madrasa, they will only know 911, and you will be afraid of this number. 911. Send them to the madrasa. They will know your rights. They will respect you. This is why we are here. This is why Sheikh traveled all the way from Egypt to here. Not even from Egypt, from Umrah. He is our brother. He guided us rightfully. He taught us the Sunnah during the Umrah. So inshallah, I also encourage everybody, see him when we want to go to Umrah. Wallahi, he will teach, but Sunnah. So please, don't forget. And what I said, I think it's sufficient. If you don't have it now, you can bring it tomorrow. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah khairan, barakallahu feekum. I just wanted to make dua for all of you. Really, mashallah. That's great. You are amazing and wonderful community. May Allah protect you all. May Allah protect your children. May Allah protect yourselves and your souls. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you barakah in your house, in your children, in your wealth, in your health. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the tremendous hasanat on the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. I'm so happy. But as Dr. Rahim, he's the president, so I cannot disobey him, okay? Okay, we have a team, like a team, so, okay, let me tell you, I need 10 to donate each one 2,000, okay? 10, just raise your hand. 10, Allahu Akbar, Takbir, Allahu Akbar, the first, we need 10, then we can go for dinner. 2,000, just 2,000. Let's make it quick. Do not think. Allahu Akbar. Dr. Zaki, mashallah. Allahu Akbar. That's 2. Allahu Akbar. 3. Dr. Siddiqui. Allahu Akbar. That's 2,000. 2,000, inshallah. Dr. Siddiqui, may Allah grant him barakah in his health. Allahumma ameen. Brother Muhammad Khan, number 4. Allahu Akbar. Sister Dr. Shahina, number 5. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. 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 Allahu Akbar. Number 5. We need more 5 with 2,000. Sister Ruby Alam. Allahu Akbar. May Allah give her barakah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enlighten the grave of her son Ruhan with this donation. Allahumma ameen. Say ameen. Now we have 6. Brother Ismail, 7. Allahu Akbar. 2,000. Brother Ismail, may Allah give him barakah in his children. Allahumma ameen. Number 8. Brother Abdul Basit, 2,000. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Brother Malik, Allahu Akbar. Malik Janudi, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him barakah. This is number 9. We need 1 left. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower his son with his mercy. Allahumma ameen. And may Allah enlighten his grave. Ya Rabbal Alameen. We need 1 more. 1 more to get the dinner. 1 more with 2,000. Allahu Akbar, Dr. Rahim. MashaAllah. He wanted us to start the dinner. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Takbir. So we can put the number here, 500,000. This is what we have collected. Jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you so much. And please stay well. And you are amazing community, mashallah. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless you. And inshallah, you will see the building very soon, inshallah. And you will see it. And you will see everything possible that we can do for this community. What about, if you still have the desire to give, can I give? Yes. Contact me, contact Dr. Rahim, Dr. Zaki, Brother Ismail, whatever, and give him the check Put the check in the desk, in the box, in the masjid. May Allah bless you all. I wanted to thank Dr. Rahim. I want to thank Dr. Zaki. I want to thank all the board members of Islamic Center of Richey. I want to thank all of you for your commitment, for your contribution. You are amazing. May Allah bless you. May Allah increase your rizq. May Allah increase you in barakah. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alamin.
Just before we leave, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you for all for what you did. One more thing I want to do for all the sisters. I'm donating 1.5 carat diamond earring. The price of it is $7,500. Anybody want to buy it for this? 1.5 carat diamond earring. The price of it is $7,500. Anybody want to buy it for his wife? Where is Rubina? Where is Rubina? Where is Rubina? 1.5 carat diamond. Anybody want to buy it? It is for the masjid. It is worth $7,500. I think you know what? I will give it to you with $5,000 today. $5,000. No, I will show it to you. It will be nice. He bought from me, you know, and she bought from me, you know, a lot of people, but this is 1.5 carat diamond appraised with $7,500. You go to the mall, you spend $7,500 for it. We sell it with $5,000. $4,000. I will not sell it less than that, I will keep it. $4,000. $4,000. Bravo, that's thank you. Thank you, Dr. Latif. Thank you.
Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullahu khairan. All of you are invited for the dinner, inshallah. And after the dinner, we will go, all of us, to the masjid to pray Isha, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. I cannot thank you enough for your contribution. May Allah bless you all. May Allah accept for you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.